Hi, I'm Neal Ashkanasy, and I'm going to speak to you about emotional intelligence, a controversial but incontrovertible construct in our literature. Little about me: I'm Professor of Management in the University of Queensland Business School. I came to this profession after working for 20 years as a professional engineer. I saw the light eventually and obtained a PhD in social and organizational psychology. During my career, I've authored over 200 journal articles, books, and book chapters. I've also fulfilled major editorial roles, including the editor of the Journal of Organizational Behavior and associate editor for Academy of Management Review and Academy of Management Learning in Education. My fields of research include leadership, organizational culture, ethical behavior, and especially relevant for today's talk, emotions in the workplace. I worked for 30 years as a teacher of organizational behavior, and in 2017 I was lucky enough to be awarded a medal of the Order of Australia. So let's get started on the topic. What is emotional intelligence? Well, first of all, emotional intelligence is not. Emotional intelligence is not a set of personality characteristics. Emotional intelligence is not a set of general interpersonal competencies. Emotional intelligence is not leadership ability. So if this is what emotional intelligence is not, this is what emotional intelligence is. It's a set of human abilities. According to Mayer and Salovey in their 1997 article, emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive emotions, use emotions to facilitate thought, understand emotions, and manage emotions in self and others. So, as I mentioned right at the start, emotional intelligence is very controversial. I wrote with my former student, Marie Daspera, a debate article where the two of us put the case for emotional intelligence while our friend and colleague John Antonakis put the case as to why leadership does not need emotional intelligence. So we made the case for emotional intelligence that this is a question that must be resolved using scientific research. And that research shows that emotional intelligence is a set of mental abilities, just like IQ, just like intellectual intelligence, provided it's measured using an ability instrument. In the argument we spoke about the Mayer-Salovey-Caruso instrument, also known as the MSCEIT or the Mesquite. And we warned readers to beware of alternative unscientific models of emotional intelligence. So in the other side of the case, John Antonakis maintained that all measures of emotional intelligence are underdeveloped. And not only that, he referred to the curse of emotions. This is leaders who focus too much on emotions are not going to be able to execute good leadership. And Antonakis rejects completely the idea of multiple intelligence. For him, intelligence is all small g, which is the universal symbol for it's all just general intelligence. You're welcome to read the debate. It was published in the 2009 in the Leadership Quarterly Journal. Who won the debate? Well, nobody really won. Wasn't that sort of debate. Both of the cases were put out there. I think that we made a pretty good case, and I'll talk about that in a second as to what I think the result should be anyway. So my argument is that emotional intelligence is in fact incontrovertible. You can't really say that emotional intelligence doesn't exist anymore. I wrote an article in 2005 with my colleague Kathy Dowse. We titled the article "Rumours of the Death of Emotional Intelligence Are Greatly Exaggerated." In that paper, we made the case that there are three types of emotional intelligence, which we call streams. So stream one is the Mayer-Salovey model assessed using an ability or IQ style measure like the Mesquite, or some more recent methods like the Geneva Emotional Competency Test. The second stream is the same model but assessed using self or other reports. For example, the Workgroup Emotional Intelligence Profile, the Wong and Law Emotional Intelligence Scale, or the SHOOT Emotional Intelligence Test. Can people self-report their emotional intelligence? Well, people can actually self-report their intellectual intelligence. It has a correlation of about 0.15 with their actual intelligence, but it's a useful measure to use in research. Same with emotional intelligence, just like IQ, about 0.15 correlation between self-reports and ability reports of emotional intelligence. Beware of the other models that assess emotional intelligence like the EQI or trait EI or the GENOS measure. These don't really measure emotional intelligence. They're confounded with personality, and the definitions don't really conform to emotional intelligence. That's not to say that they're not great consulting tools, but when it comes down to emotional intelligence, it's really only streams and 1 and 2 based on the Mayer-Salovey model that are the valid measures. So that's the case that I made. As you can see, I am a strong believer in emotional intelligence as a valid construct. I'm continuing to make the case that that's the situation. I continue to write a lot about that. If you would like more information or to follow up, the name Ashkanasy, Ashkanasy, is pretty unique, so I'm very easy to find on the internet. Or you can email me at n.ashkanasy@uq.edu.au. So thanks very much for listening to this video. Enjoy your stay with the Emotional Intelligence Society of Australia. All the best. Thanks and goodbye.